Today you find us in a 2013 Ford car.
You find me in the back.
And it is car.
Yeah, me being a Ford man, I'm in back.
Yep. It is car because the head of Ford, when the original one was launched, called it car.
Is a new way of thinking for Ford, and we are flowing the concept into most of our new models over the next few years. If you take the cues from car,
and if he doesn't know his product range, nobody does. 2013, pretty much the last model that was released of this particular generation, the city car, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, this went directly up against the Fiat 500, the Citroen C1, the Peugeot 107 and 108.
Yeah.
And the Toyota Aygo.
Indeed.
So, thoughts on how it did?
Well, I've had 3 original KA, and I also had an Aygo as well, and it compares very favourably, I think, especially with the Aygo.
I think now you see a lot of these about.
You do, you see quite a lot of them.
You do, and I think people are getting these as a damn good used bargain nowadays.
I wouldn't hesitate in buying one if I was looking for a city car.
I wouldn't.
I'd probably have one over the Fiat 500 as well.
I might sound a bit biased with being a Ford man, but I think even if I hadn't had any Fords, it's one I would definitely look at.
Yeah.
So this one is what they call an Edge model. Basically, in the range, you've got 4. You had the Studio, the Edge, the Z-Tech, and the Titanium. So this is sort of one up from
all trim levels, aren't they?
This is one up from basic.
One thing to realise about the Edge, though, is it is literally packed to the brim. It has the often been quoted the best equipment to price ratio of the entire range. I think the interior is quite nice. You've got quite a lot of headroom.
Sometimes I'm not so overjoyed about light coloured headliners.
Yeah.
But it works in this one.
I think it works in this being a small car.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we've got the snazzy dash with all the white trim and everything as well, which I suppose it's complementing itself.
It lightens up the ambience, should we say, chap? Yeah.
The only thing this is missing from things like the higher up ones is front fog lamps and
electric mirrors there, of course.
Yeah, electric mirrors.
And some buttons on your steering wheel.
And alloys.
The main thing which I'd say alloys more than anything it's missing.
But it's got the base, it's got the aircon, it's got the electric windows, it's got most things that you know.
And I understand the aircon works.
Well, the thing is, what I liked about these, I preferred this shape for a kick-off over the Mark 1, but I also like the interior of this. I think it's so funky.
Does bring it back up to date.
It does, doesn't it? And I love how the gear sticks right up here. You sort of...
Now, these, sometimes they can be a bit clunky.
Yeah.
This actually doesn't feel too bad.
Feel a smooth change, that.
But the Zafira, which we've got, that is clunky and it takes a lot of getting used to. And look at a proper handbrake.
Yeah, but the one thing I noticed,
the
fact this is supposed to be a small car, the KA, one thing I'm noticing about it is, why does everything, the parts, all sorts of the buttons, everything, why does everything feel massive? Look at the size of the steering wheel. The handbrake is like a shotgun. It's
look. You've got the roll and rat face.
Oh, yeah. I'll never get that vision out of my head no more now. But, I mean, look at the headrest. The size of the headrest.
Yeah.
What you'd expect a small car.
There's a lot of space in here, actually, considering the size of the car. And like I was saying to Martin off camera, the original KA, it follows on from that, because the original KA was a masterpiece of packaging.
Yeah.
In terms of its overall size and what you got inside.
I don't think they've certainly lost that idea, have they?
No.
When they went to this Mark II.
But they kept the things that made it popular in place as well. You've got the wheels in each corner, so you've got the ultimate manoeuvrability. And this was going up against the likes of the Fiat 500, the Citroen C1, the Peugeot 107, and later 108.
Big players.
And they came off better.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, speaking of the 500, as we probably know, this is effectively a Fiat 500 rebadged, isn't it?
Ford's new car was based on the same platform as the Fiat 500 and actually was built in the same factory. The platform was also shared by the Fiat Panda of the time and the rather awful Lancia Ypsilon.
You can see a lot of similarities, where the gear shift is. It's all...
There is the odd touches here and there. There is, you know,
but this has better suspension and a better overall ride than the 500.
Well, Ford are known for that, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they've tuned it to their
And reliability, unlike the 500.
I do find a lot of things in this car, for all it's a small car, it's like a TARDIS thing. Everything is big.
I think just like the original, it's a masterpiece of packaging.
Yeah. I mean, things like for adjusting your seats, chunky and big. The handbrake, much bigger than mine in my Fiesta ST line. It's like a shotgun, it's massive. There's all sorts of big chunky things.
Just designed to be very user-friendly, isn't it?
When you're in here, you wouldn't believe you're in something so small.
Like Malcolm says, it's the best value in terms of spec. I mean, the top titanium one, when it went out of production in 2016, the titanium one even came as standard with full leather heated front seats and this fixed glass roof.
The one thing I noticed though is these seats are the same as the original K.
Yes, they have had some little things original, haven't they?
But they've bolstered it a little bit, and they've sort of changed the plastics around the edge here. But they're the same mechanism for pulling it forward.
Yeah, they're a slightly different design, because I know, because they have 3 of the original.
And me cup holders.
Yep.
One up front, and look at this little dinky thing here.
What would you get in there?
Well, it is the shit. You can get a bottle or a cup and fit, and then you've got that bit there. But it's still well thought out. You've even got a little storage and your power unit and everything. They haven't left out, even so it's such a small car.
Yeah.
You've got a headphone socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the in thing back then, because when the C1 came out in 2005, that was one of the first cars that actually had a USB in this stereo.
Yes, I was going to say you wouldn't have any USB things in this time.
But I mean, for the size of the car as well, the space is good. I mean, how are you in the back there, Martin?
I'm great in the back here. I mean, as I would sit like this, fine. I'm not actually stuffing my knees into the back of the chair. The only thing, obviously, the rear headrest, I would have to lift as high as possible because I feel like they do pressing in my back.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting the full benefit of the back of the seat, you see. So I'd have to take them up.
I do like the dash.
Do you know, I think it's well laid out.
Yeah.
It really
clear and
is
well laid out.
Yeah. I like them little tiny buttons at the side of all the console area.
Yeah.
The
So
trip,
you've got the lights there.
But basically on about things being big as well. Your stalks are so really big,
aren't they? Yeah.
And the steering wheel,
handles, everything.
Steering wheel's just got a big, massive, fat centerpiece. That it's just.
That's reminiscent to the original with its circular.
It is, yeah. There is touches that you can see that are anchoring back and nodding back to the.
It does give you that
car.
It does give you that Roland Rat look, though, doesn't it?
Well, that were the steering wheels at the time, wasn't it? We just can't get away from them. I'm glad mine ain't like that now. But yeah, there is that look. But even look buttons for your windows.
Yeah.
Look how big they are.
Nice and easily placed, and easy to get to, aren't they?
Everything's so well laid out.
And the same vents.
I love how the dash goes like that in the centre.
And the same vents as the original K8, which is
again probably a nod back to the Mark 1.
Exactly, yeah.
And the badging on the dash in the centre.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit like the Puma idea and all that.
Yeah.
They were all the cars of that time, weren't they?
And the final edition Mark 1 with the finale where they had the little plaque. The build number, yeah. But yeah, overall a very nice little package.
It is.
It's quite a nice car actually, and it's well thought out.
For the sort of use that this is mainly used for, which is mainly town use, it's ideal. Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole idea, and this is why I don't understand why Ford have done the Car Plus, because it's too big. If you're going to get something that size, surely you get a Fiesta.
You'd just go for the Fiesta. It's sort of eating into the Fiesta's sales market, is the Car Plus, and I can't understand why that car.
I think what Ford would be better doing is introducing a more entry-level version of the Fiesta instead of having the Car Plus.
Well, they've got plenty. That's the thing.
If they want to get someone into a new car for a less price, just do a more basic version of the Fiesta.
The amount of different types of options and specs of Fiesta of the new one is enough.
But then again, if you look at it this way, if you're looking at the Car Plus, you could get a similar sized car for less money in the Dacia Sandero.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Which would be a far better value cost.
Yeah, it would certainly. Yeah.
If they produced this car again, or this size of car again, at a reasonable price, taking on the C1 and the Peugeot 108 and the Toyota Aygo, so all come out the same factory.
Yeah, certainly are.
And the Fiat 500, which is expensive and rubbish, to be fair, my opinion.
You might have a bit of a backlash on that.
Well, why? I mean, my experience is the clutch is brittle, the exhaust is rubbish. We had that car for driving lessons, It was in the garage a week, out the garage a week. In the garage a week, out the garage a week. Reliability it's a brittle car. But that's what put BSM under.
I personally tried to visualise this car with the modern stuff like what my Fiesta's got now, touch screen and all that, and I think this sort of car would be good. Yes, I know the Car Plus has a touch screen and a lot of things like the Fiesta has, but it's too big. It's nibbling away at what the Fiesta is.
I think Ford are concerned though that the market for three-door cars is going down. It may well be, but the thing is, you've got to look at it this way. How many KA Pluses do you see, and how many of these and the original ones did you see when they were new?
I've seen 2 K Pluses.
Yeah. I saw one the other day, and when I see them for seconds because I turn my head away in shame, because it's like the ugly person on the family photo is the KA Plus. Yeah. I don't think it fits in the Ford fleet. It shouldn't be there.
And I did see a KA Plus active the other day, which I just really think is the most pointless thing ever to come out of Ford.
Well, when you see they've got the Fiesta active already, it's too much. And Malcolm pointed that out very well on one of the last videos, how they are cannibalising each other with some of the vehicles.
Now, you notice it's a 1.2.
Yes, it is.
Around here, now this is where, certainly of this generation of cars, a 1.2 is often more economical than a 1 litre.
Yeah,
especially here. Because if you're going up and down hills like we do in where we live, then a 1 litre, you've got less power to move that bulk up a hill, so you're putting your foot down more. And you put your foot down more quite a lot around here.
Which I'm finding with my ST line.
And the 1.2, ideally a 1.4, but a 1.2 will certainly use less fuel in this sort of areas.
Absolutely.
Because it's got that little bit more grip.
And that's the only area where Malcolm mentioned the Dacia Sandero. In the latest one, obviously it comes with a 1 litre in different forms. That's the one area where the Dacia Sandero would fall down somewhere around here, because you're using a 1 litre engine to haul a fairly hefty car.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean the EcoBoost is turbo. Has a turbo with it. Anyway.
It does have a small turbo.
So that does help bring power.
My Fiesta ST line's a small turbo now with this.
But the problem is, you've still got a 1 litre engine. At its core, it's not the most powerful engine around, and even with the turbo going up hills in this sort of area, especially the really steep ones, the turbo doesn't actually make much difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a shame they haven't actually replaced this with something similar size, because it did really well, especially against the 500.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
the thing,
Vauxhall
Adam. I don't think they should have gone, and I'll mention it once, but I don't think they should have gone to the K8 Plus. I think they should have tried to just revise this.
Do another 3-door version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you see Citroen C1s all over the place. You see the 107s and the 108s all over the place. You see the Toyota Aygo all over the place. You see these all over the place. Car Plus.
No. You used to get some really good funky colours and stuff in these as well, and some nice special edition ones.
And the fact that this was a 3-door only, I know the 107 and the Aygo that you can get as a 5-door didn't seem to suffer it in sales either.
No.
So obviously people weren't that bothered.
No, I mean, it's a nice place to be in the back. I mean, maybe I would have liked to have seen one thing that Ford used to do with the cars. They used to have little areas where there were storage.
Yes, the original one had storage bins in the back, didn't it?
This hasn't got them.
Well,
I used to have one where you could flip the arm part up and you could put stuff in.
That was in the Puma, wasn't it?
And also in some of the Focuses, the older Focuses. But also, you see, it's a thing that could have been done. But is that nitpicking on a car like this? I guess it really is.
Obviously, there is some cheap plastics around, but you'd expect that on a cheap
don't forget,
car.
This is going back when they were made. A lot of cars were like that. You can't say it was just Ford being Ford, because a lot of cars.
It was 10 years since this car was launched now.
That's the thing, I mean, we have a nice airy headline in with the roof, which I think works well with all the colour and that. I think it's just a nice place to be.
But yes, I'd have one. I think you'd have one, wouldn't you?
If I was having to look for a small city car, just for totaling about A to B now, and I know I'm a Ford, might sound biased, but I would.
And I know Malcolm would have one as well.
I'd have one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the manoeuvrability, because the wheels are in the corners.
Yeah.
helps stability on the motorway.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable ride.
And this doesn't do too bad on the motorway. It's a 1.2 engine, and when you get the smaller engines, the gearboxes aren't designed for the motorway. They're designed more for city driving. This doesn't do too bad. It's still doing 40 odd to the gallon on a motorway.
But you see, what I think Ford's captured here, and they did it with the first one, for all it's a small car, you don't feel like you're in a small car when you're in it. That's the thing. There's a lot of cars you climb into and you do feel like you are in a small car. You don't feel 100% safe, let's say on a motorway or whatever. With this, I think you're fine.
Yeah, I mean the gearbox is fine. Gearbox is fine. Glove box, what I meant to say, is pretty good.
I like how it's designed well away from the passengers.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
It gives you plenty of room.
So it's not actually crushing into your knees.
Not at all.
And for all it is scooped that way, there is room inside it. Well thought out.
You can see how they've done that as well for left and right hand drive, so that will just literally go around the back of the steering column there.
And then you see just basically change the panelling slightly.
Yeah,
and sort of see where the airbag unit is there.
And you see, if you remember in one of the James Bond films with Daniel Craig, there's a woman that turns up in one of these.
Yeah. It starred in Bond, didn't it?
Yeah,
if you
bombing up and down. She picks him up and they're up and
Yeah.
down these streets like how, and it shows how much nimble, nippy car it is. I will say, maybe some people think it is a bit like a woman's car. I know lots of women that had them, but I think I'd say no. A bit of a unisex car, let's say. I think male and female.
Well, they said that about the original, and well,
there's a following of male and female
Exactly,
of the Mark
yeah.
1 and no doubt this one. It's such a really nice car. It is. I can't fault it, personally.
And I say packaging wise, just like the original masterpiece of packaging, decent size boot, decent size in here. But
I think for what we pay for one of these now, used in good condition and all that, you can't go wrong with one
it's
of
as
these.
good as its rivals, at least.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And better in many of them.
In a lot of areas, yeah.
Especially this particular model with the Edge. So,
Yeah, the Edge seems to be a good package one, isn't it? Yeah.
Especially value-wise, yeah. But yes, I suppose we should wrap it up there, haven't we, chaps?
Yep.
And wrap it up and I'll try and get out the back.
If we let him out the back.
Leave him in.
But yes, thank you very much for watching. We've enjoyed doing it, and I hope you enjoy watching
We
it as well.
certainly have.
So we'll see you next time.
We will. Cheers. Oh,